guys, so welcome to a little POV drive in my car. This is a BMW M240i. Let's just whack it in sport mode, put it in manual, second gear. It's currently on a stage 1 map, so it's going to be pushing about 400 horsepower, maybe slightly more. I've not had it dynoed. Its only modification aside from that is I have a double res delete, or GPF and res delete. Still got the stock back box, and yeah, stock cat everything for now. I've owned the car for about 6 months now, and I thought I'd make some videos on it, just documenting it. If you've seen any of my past videos on my channel, you would have seen that I used to own a Ford Fiesta. Now this car is slightly different to that. Bit of an upgrade in terms of power, but yeah, I'm enjoying it and I got used to it pretty quickly. I had my Fiesta for about 3.5 years, and I mean the main reason for the upgrade was I just wanted something a bit more grown up. I say that as it's popping and banging, but honestly it's crazy. More specifically about this car, as I say, it's a BMW M240i 2018. Let's hope nobody hits me coming over this bridge. I'm good. Yeah, so it's a 2018 BMW M240i. I'm just under 40,000 miles. Yeah, as I say, I picked it up about 6 months ago, and I've been loving it ever since. I've done very few cosmetic mods to it, to be honest. I've done the obligatory M-style mirrors. Couldn't afford the M2, but I got the mirrors. I've put a new splitter on it. Just thought it tidies up the front end, and of course I've done the black kidney grills. A big thing that I found affected the performance were the tyres. Now I got my car stock with Michelin Pilot Super Sports, and they were okay, to be honest, but definitely when I mapped the car, it was just too much for the tyres to handle. Pretty much up until 4th gear was unusable, and so it just wasn't really the best all round. However, recently I put some Pilot Sport 5s on it, and I can genuinely say it's transformed how the car drives. Obviously it still spins a little bit because I've got 400 horsepower going to the rear wheels, but it spins a lot less than it used to. So yeah, I'm hoping to make a decent amount of content on this car. I made quite a few bits of content on my old Fiesta, but I think this car is arguably a lot more interesting than my Fiesta, but I guess it depends who you ask. Now some people may be asking why I went for the 2 Series instead of the 1 Series. Well, the simple fact is that I just prefer the shape of the 2 Series. A lot of people like the 1 Series because of its understated look, and I wasn't as big of a fan of that. I like the way the 2 Series looks just because of it looks like a sports car and not just your standard hatchback like the 1 Series does. But yeah, getting on to more of the spec of this car, it's a very, very weird one. You may have noticed I've got a sunroof that's very dirty at the moment, which is a really, really rare option I found. So the sunroof is quite rare, but it doesn't have a little thing called cruise control, which is a bit weird. It also doesn't have the Harman Kardon surround system. So again, that's a bit of a down point, but to be honest, as much as everyone says the stock system is really bad, I don't think it's that shabby at all. honestly, I'm still getting used to the exhaust. It surprises me quite a lot when it cracks. It's crazy. But yeah, getting back to the spec. So it's got a sunroof, no cruise control, no Harman Kardon. It's got sensors all round, which is something I really wanted. Not because I'm a bad parker, but just because of where I live. It's quite tight and it's just so much easier when you have front parking sensors. Also, as you can see, it's got the upgraded navigation. Just turned it off because it flickers with the video, but yeah, it's got all the stuff that I really wanted. Oh, and one more thing, had to get the heated seats as well. It's a must. I was okay with not having the cruise control because that's very easily retrofitted, which I may do at some point and make a video on. The sound system wasn't that big of a deal, but I may do something in the future with that. But for now, it's not really on my top priorities. One thing I really do want to do next is get the gearbox mapped. Currently it's only on the stock map for the transmission, and it's just a little bit too laggy for my liking. I've heard the XHP map does a pretty good job at speeding that up, so that's definitely something I'll probably be investing in. Also, cosmetically, as I said, I've done the mirrors, I've done the splitter, I've done the grills, but I'd also like to get a little lip spoiler at the back, just because I think it will really tighten up the back end. Talking about the rear of the car, I also forgot to mention I've put some exhaust tips on it. They're some like carbon tips, and I think they look really smart with the back end. Another thing I'd be looking at changing as well on the back is definitely that rear diffuser. It's just not really that aggressive. I'm also thinking about doing some nighttime POVs, because now in the winter it's getting dark so early. It's really depressing. But this car's definitely a lot of fun in the winter especially. But yeah, this video is just meant to be a little introduction back onto my channel. I know I've been gone a very long time, but I've probably got good reasons for it. I just can't think of them at the moment. But yeah, for now, I'll just pop open the sunroof, get some downshifts. When you shift it around 4K, it makes this lovely crack sound. It's great. I post a decent amount on my Instagram, so if you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description for you guys. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas for videos I can make on this car, then just let me know. I got it pretty much bone stock, and I've done a few things here and there, but I don't think I've messed with it too much. Now, realistic goals for this car, I doubt I'm gonna be, sending it to the moon. It's my daily, it's my only car, so I want to make it as reliable as possible whilst making it as fun as possible too. Now, realistically, I probably would be going stage 2 at some point, just because in these cars it is so easy to do. But honestly, at the point I'm at now, in terms of power, it's more than enough, genuinely, especially when it's cold outside and I'm in a rear-wheel drive car. It can only grip so much. I love going in little enclosed spaces. The sound reverberates and it sounds so nice. One big thing that I do want to do to this car eventually is wrap it. Now, I was really set on getting a plain colour car. Like, I was only ever going to get sort of black, white, possibly grey. It was mostly black and grey, to be honest. But ideally, I'd like to wrap it purple. I just think it would look really cool. But let me know what you guys think of that sort of wrap. I'm a big fan of the new 2 Series that come in, I can't remember the name, I think it might be like Thunder Night Purple, and I think they look so good, so it would be pretty much along those lines, same sort of colour. I forgot to record an outro, but I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and make sure you subscribe for more videos in the near future.